Hello everyone, welcome back to more Disney Dreamlight Valley. We are here with Miss Mirabel and we're going to see what's up with her next.
So glad you're here.
So I don't know if you know, but a whole bunch of stuff went down with my family that was kind of a mess. But I got them to talk out all the issues we had and it really brought us together.
Aww.
Which is why I wanted to do the same for a family here in the valley. But it didn't go very well. What do you mean? You might have noticed that Mr. McDuck and Donald have been arguing a lot. Like my sister Isabella and I used to. Isabella, excuse me. Well, yesterday I heard them shouting at each other outside Mr. McDuck's store, and I tried to help. Yeah, somebody needs to sort those two out. Exactly, but it didn't actually work. See, I found with my family that if we go somewhere quiet and be honest about how we feel, then we can really listen to each other. So I invited Donald and Mr. McDuck to come with me on a walk in the Forest of Valor. I was hoping some fresh air would help them calm down and hear what the other one was saying. But nothing went the way I'd hoped. They just talked over each other like they always do. And then Donald tripped on a tree root. He ended up in the river and Mr. McDuck got knocked over and lost his cash register key to a raccoon. Oh no. And now they're mad at each other and me. Boy, let me talk to them. I'll assess the situation.
We definitely have to talk again soon.
Meddling Mirabel. Alright, looks like we have some mending to do. So let's go to the store and talk to Mr. McDuck first.
Greetings, neighbor.
Mal, am I glad to see you. We've got to talk about Mirabel and my nephew. I tell you, young people these days. Alright, just tell me what happened. Donald and I were having a bit of an argument as the lad was making a scene in my shop when customers were trying to browse. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mirabel heard us and asked us to go with her on a stroll. I don't know what she was expecting, but I wager it wasn't what she got. The next thing I knew, my nephew knocked me over and fell in the river.
Oh.
And a raccoon ran off with my cash register key. Oh, she had the best of intentions. I don't doubt it, but I did end up with mud on my clothes and a lost key. Someone has to set that nephew of mine straight, and I can't do it without my key.
Thank you kindly.
Well, let me guess, my Uncle Scrooge sent you. He's mad because he thinks I caused a ruckus in his store, and then Mirabel tried to take us on a hike, and it all went kerplooey. Well, Uncle Scrooge started yelling at me again, so I yelled back. And all that yelling surprised a gigantic hairy monster that jumped right at us. But I was super brave and pushed Uncle Scrooge out of the way, then fought the creature. Just when I thought I had it, it tossed me into the river and ran off with Uncle Scrooge's key. Monster? Wasn't it just a raccoon? That's ridiculous. It was enormous, and I saved Uncle Scrooge's life. Of course, he didn't see it that way. The only thing that's going to make him happy is getting his key back.
So glad you're here.
So, how are Mr. McDuck and Donald feeling? Well, they both just need to calm down a little. I think if we could get Mr. McDuck's key back, it would all be okay.
Aww.
Oh, and we could also do something for the raccoons in the Forest of Valor, too. Donald really scared them with all that yelling. Hey, maybe I can look around for the key and feed the raccoons. I love those little creatures. I don't think everyone around here understands them. You have to be super patient. They get nervous when they sense a stranger nearby, so you have to watch their stance. If they're on their hind legs, don't move or they'll flee. You can approach when they are sitting, but stop moving if they're about to get up again. Oh, and they really like berries. Well, that's pretty cool. She just gave, I mean, if the game hadn't already been out for months I guess if you're just starting the game, then that's a good little tidbit about how to feed the raccoons. Alright, let's see. By now the raccoon has probably buried the key. I'll have to dig around.
Adios!
See ya! Okay, so we need to look around in the forest for the key. We'll have to do some digging and then we'll feed the raccoons. And I'm actually going to ask Mirabel to hang out with me so I don't have to go looking for her when this is done.
It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's hang out. Alright, since we are here in the forest, I'm going to grab some blueberries because I don't have any. And let's find a little critter to feed. Alright, there's one. Alright, there we go. So if you are new to the game, then that is pretty much what you do with the raccoons. Same thing for the crocodiles in the glades. But when they are kind of up on their hind legs, sitting up straight, then you want to be still. When they are down, then you can walk towards them. And you just have to keep doing that until you get close enough to approach. Alright, so we got a memory here. We've got another little puzzle piece. So I am going to, well, first I'm going to open this chest, and then I'm going to look for the other raccoon and go ahead and feed it. Then I'll be right back. Okay, so while our other little raccoon friend is eating, I am going to get out my shovel here because we're going to have to dig to find Mr. McDuck's key. Now, I guess it could technically be anywhere. Oh, let's try here. I was thinking it might be next to the river, but you know, if a raccoon ran off with it, that is not necessarily true. I saw a glowing spot over here. Let's try this. Nope. Okay, this must be it. So the key is actually halfway sticking out of the ground. So I guess I should have looked for that. Oh no. Alright, here we go. Now to take it back to Mr. McDuck. Pardon me, Merlin. Hey, we'll pluck my tail feathers and call me Baldy. Now you found my key. I know I can always count on you to fix the problems others have caused. And I hope my nephew's learned his lesson this time.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, well, there is the key, so let's talk to Mirabel. Okay, is Mr. McDuck still mad? He was happy to get his key back. He still seemed a bit mad at Donald, though. I just wish they could get along like they used to. Sure, they'd have the occasional quarrel, but nothing like this.
Aww.
I have so many family photos of them from before the forgetting. Wait. Photos, that's it! I'll find a happy photo of them in my album, make a frame, then maybe if we brought them together for a nice dinner and... Alright, slow down. How about you find the photo and I'll make the meal in the frame. It'll give you time to find the perfect photo. Alright, maybe the frame could be themed to something they both love. Okay, well Donald lives on a boat and McDuck is a renowned adventurer, so maybe a seashell frame? I should put glass, softwood, clams, and scallops together to make it. Alright, that would totally work. And for the meal, I think we should go with something they can share. Like a red fruit pie. I don't think... Okay, I just read about it in this recipe book I borrowed from Remy. Oh good, I was just about to say I don't have that recipe for sure, so I've never even heard of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and learn the recipe. Butter, wheat, and a fruit. I would assume it has to be a red fruit. And that would make sense. Okay, let's see what we need for this frame. And... glass, why is that a thing? Okay, there's the frame. Alright, we've got the glass, clams, scallops, and softwood. We've got everything we need. Alright, always pays to hoard. We've got that part done already, so I'm going to run to the restaurant and make the pie. Okay, so we've already got our butter and wheat. Now we just need a red fruit. I think I'm going to go with the gooseberry because cherry would probably just make a cherry pie. So let's see if this works. Snow White's gooseberry pie. Okay. Nope, definitely should have checked that. Alright, let me see if there's like a... something's gonna have to go out of my pocket too. Okay, so there's apple pie. Obviously needs apples. There is a cherry pie. It's not gooseberry, so... red fruit pie, maybe raspberry. I think that's the only red fruit left. And somehow I don't have any. I should have plenty in my storage though, so I don't know why that didn't show up. Alright, so this time we've got raspberry, wheat, and butter. Let's see if this works. Okay, there it is. So it's not saying that it's a new recipe, so I guess I already made this before. Oh man, I've really got to pay more attention to that stuff. Okay, so let's give this stuff over to Mirabel. That frame is really cute though. These are amazing. Thank you so much for your help, Mal. I'm gonna bring everything to Mr. McDuck. Mr. McDuck? Ah, Mirabel. I hope you're not gonna invite me on another walk with Donald. Well, not exactly. I wanted to give you this. It makes me sad to see you and Donald angry at each other. Family is so important. maybe this is something you and Donald can share to remind you of that. And the only thing about these conversations, when you're trying to read them aloud, they're just really slow. I suppose I can't be mad at Donald forever. I'm sure he probably feels the same way. I hope you two enjoy the food. We will. And you're right, family is important. Think I'll just go check on Donald and Mr. McDuck to see how things went. Mr. McDuck is standing right here.
Yeah!
We did it! Donald and Mr. Duck forgave each other. And they only squabbled a little bit about who forgave who first. I never could have done it without you. In bonus, I've learned something new. Not all families work like mine. Just because something helped me and Isabella get along doesn't mean it works for Donald and Mr. McDuck. Thanks again for your help. I'll see you around. Meddling Mirabel.
The sun's shining almost as bright as my money.
Alright, so we are bringing families together one red fruit pie at a time. Let's see what we have. Obviously the next quest is locked. So we are... Yep, we're up to the last one, probably. We'll get Mirabel up to level 10, and then we'll be able to get working on that. So I think she is at level 8. So it will still take me a little while, but we will get there, and when we get back, we'll continue on. Alright guys, well that is going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please be sure to give the video a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you have not. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!